All right, I'm back. Going to be giving a little bit of commentary for this Baumgardner versus Beaudoin fight. So let's get it on. Baumgardner surprisingly only has 7 knockouts for someone who's like got all that power. Beaudoin just 2. So getting ready for this co-main event. Baumgardner did not look great in her last appearance, so looking to capitalize on that. But the Canadian here is going to look to show out for sure. So excited for this one. We kind of giving my live overview and thoughts. Live anyway, trying to be live. Gotta get the subs up, but subscribe if you want to. For sure, trying to, make some big Bosch boxing content. See, so fighting out of Texas, she's got Derek James in her corner. Good for the sport, man. Good for the sport. Doing the men's rules tonight. I know sometimes in the past when female fighters do men's rules, people think it like flattens the fight, but kind of like that in a sense. So we'll see. Hopefully, they prove that generalization wrong. But yeah, good card overall so far. Honestly, I've been pleased. I'd say. I'm getting on Netflix with the subscription. Can't really go wrong. So, I mean, with the Woodley Silva fight, I wasn't about to watch that like that. Kind of tell what that is, but man, the 50-year-old man, beats Woodley, but Woodley it's on like 3 weeks notice. I'm sorry, I saw someone in the crowd with, I believe, a Team Joseph Parker hat on, so it kind of really threw me off. I call him Joe Nose. Nah, man, respect to Joe Parker. Hopefully that gets cleared up, but you never know. You never know, man. They gotta enforce the rules and hopefully equally to everybody, like a Liam Cameron, for example, regardless of your status. So hopefully, if that's the precedent, man, then let that be the precedent. Don't be changing things up all of a sudden after you try to ruin someone's career, All right, so here we go. I still have the sticking audio on. Say that for the main event, round number 1. See Beaudoin kind of getting in there with the jab, center of the ring. Some work to the body. But yeah, Baumgardner, she was talking a little disrespectful to Caroline Dubois. I can't lie, man. I guess it's the name of the game, but she's definitely bringing some attitude. So see what her foe has to say about that here. After all the build up, Beaudoin just trying to work in with that jab. Pretty fast is she. See both girls in that orthodox stance, trying to close that distance. They're starting out with, kind of feeling each other out. Baumgardner shoots a jab. I think the bomb, they call her. Her nickname, anyway. Still kind of feeling each other out here, gauging that distance. Throwing out feelers with those jabs, but Beaudoin doubles up on the jab. Baumgardner kind of getting her jab going. You see Beaudoin definitely moving a little bit more side to side, a little more with the head movement, thus far anyway. But you never know. Baumgardner can just be waiting to load those power shots. She kind of goes with that rear right there. Yeah, that catches her clean. She's about halfway through the first round. You see Beaudoin kind of try to come over the top of that right hand. Out of reach. Baumgardner with the jab. See, both are pretty rangy, pretty wide. Beaudoin double jab followed by the cross. So, you're really going to take one or both to lunge in. You see Baumgardner trying to unleash that right hand again, for anything to get going. You see Beaudoin a little careless with that right, that overhand. She kind of gets some work done on the inside. Let's see here, under a minute left in the first round. Beaudoin rocking the, I don't even know, she looks like a fire type Pokemon. Baumgardner with the simple, like black and silver, it looks like. Beaudoin's still trying to control that center of the ring. Nothing too crazy. No one's really pushing the pace here. Someone also might look to counter. To be determined. Beaudoin shoots at the jab. Baumgardner the same. I think their like size and reach and everything like that was pretty similar. So pretty even in that regard. Beaudoin trying to come in with that little lead left hook, a little slow on it. Baumgardner with her jab, just 10 seconds to go. See if anything changes here. We also got a female referee. I'd like to see Beaudoin trying to get him again with that lead left hook. We'll see. I don't know if Baumgardner, one or two of those shots were really clean, if they could tell. Could give it around to her, but seems like Beaudoin certainly, was maybe a little bit busier in my opinion. All right, we got Jake getting ready. Got those stupid pillows. Yeah, I guess it's something you can't knock someone for trying something new. It's the aim of the game. Just actually so crazy that this is happening. I'm not even letting it like sink in. So one of the judges in this fight's name is LeBron, and his last name sounds something like Ephraim. So it's like combining War Dogs and where they're fighting. So pretty fire. Quite the coinky dink. All right, getting ready for round number 2. Once again, they meet out in the center of the ring, both kind of feeling out with that left hand. You see Beaudoin still lunging in with that jab. Jab to the body. Baumgardner tries the little 2-1. I kind of like that. Try to stunt her, something that she's throwing. Show her something different. Change up the rhythm that we have thus far that she's maybe trying to get a hold of here. Once again, still kind of feeling like shit, because that's the thing, man. These girls, they can stinking box and they can scrap and everything. So it's a little technical. It's a little, I'll feel you out at the moment. But I expect this to maybe become a little more of a firefight. Man, but one really wings that right overhand. That's quite the shot. But I mean, she's not super tall, not super rangy, and if your opponent's going a little further away like that, when you throw out that feeler, I don't know, sometimes you got to yeet it over the top. But getting some works with the jabs and the right hands as well. Seeing if Baumgardner can kind of time her on the way in. She's more of the aggressor thus far. Just about halfway through the second. Maura Ronaldo, one of our commentators, along with Christina Ponche and David Hay. Solid team, solid team. Well, here we go. All right, Beaudoin hits her with the 1-2, and then Baumgardner catches her coming in with the right hand. It's a nice shot. See if it has any effect on Beaudoin's forward movement here. Ooh, nice 1-2 from Baumgardner, followed by a 2. Yeah, Baumgardner's starting to land a little bit more clearly, more obviously in the second round. Just a minute to go. And I see Beaudoin kind of backing up a little bit here, a little bit more hesitant. Tries with that right hand again. It's tough out here, She doesn't. I don't think she has the most like concussive power as Beaudoin, but she's fast. She clearly knows how to box. A lot of great success in the Canadian scene and nationally and everything like that. So certainly a step up, but I think she belongs here. I think we're in for a pretty good fight. They both try to exchange on the right. Looks like Baumgardner's getting a little bit more comfortable here. Approaching the final seconds of the second round. Yeah, Baumgardner just kind of slowly stalking her down, ready to rip that cross over the top. Not necessarily working her body, but it might not necessarily be available at this moment in time. Kind of a rangier, wider fight here. All right. We got Swerve and Michael Irvin and Brandon Marshall and Kay Adams. And, oh my God, Bert Kreischer, can you imagine? Oh my God, he's got like a freaking vodka Red Bull. Can you imagine being Michael Irvin, Kay Adams, and Brandon Marshall, and you got sticking Bert Kreischer next to you, bro? That's so bad. Hey, Irvin looks like he's having a good time, man. He looks like he probably put a lot of money on Jake Paul, and I guess Brandon Marshall, Kay Adams are that thing. I don't know. I'm very confused. To be determined. Yeah, no, she went Hollywood, or Hollywood, Florida, I should say. It's all good, man. People got to go Hollywood. Got to get on the shows, make their bread. All right, yeah, back to the action, man. Like, I like Michael Irvin, man. These other cats, it's like, oh, Bert looks like such a moron. Anyway, all good. He's a comedian. What are you going to do? Oof. All right, so back to the action. But the one kind of whiffs on the right hand there. Close shot, though. Both in the center of the ring here. Yeah, I'm not exactly, keen to hear Bert Kreischer talk about what he feels about women's boxing. And how he, quote unquote, maybe supports it or is supporting it by being here tonight. It's probably his one, good deed for the women in the world that he does this entire year. Baumgardner had a nice right hand, though. And you can see her just kind of stalking her, really ready to rip that shot for sure. Yeah, you'd like to see beaudoin kind of change it up here, maybe go to the body. Just try to really move and work and maybe create some more angles. Because, when they're both just kind of going straight like this, just, one trying to walk the other down with the jab and what follows. I don't know if standing and trading straight up like that is going to be a recipe of success for her. Excuse me. I already see her kind of wearing those shots. Couple of lefts there from beaudoin. Following in with a 1-2, little 2-1 action. All right, so yeah, she trails by 7 and landed by 10 and thrown. Likely 1-1 so far. Just considering, all these things. Certainly a close fight, though. See her, man, she just lunges in with that jab, gets low, and tries to follow up with something over the top. Gardner's a good fighter, though. It's a solid jab from her, man. I like just sticking with it, being consistent with it. Goes with the right hand as well. I don't even, because she could be landing some of these shots. I just don't know what kind of power she has, especially relative to Baumgardner. Beaudoin comes in with a little left hand. Hey, scoring shots are scoring shots. It's Baumgardner. It's the right hook around the side. You can see Beaudoin got a pretty big either bruise or cut under her left eye. You see Baumgardner with the left hooks. Kind of starting to unload a little bit here in the third round. Just about to be over. Yeah, now really kind of walking her down, getting into her rhythm. As much as I'm rooting for the Canadian, things could certainly be better through 3 rounds here. Hey, good thing to watch with no sound though. I mean, when I've had to listen to Bert Kreischer and like, oh my God. Who we got here? Kind of looked like Bugsy Malone. I have no idea who this kid is. Who are these people? All right, that's the guy with the sick Pokemon card. Got Dave Portnoy. Bert Kreischer just basically taking his shirt off. That was great. Bet about 5 people laughed when they saw that. Thanks, Bert. More cringe. All right, so she's in the corner. Yeah, definitely a little bruised up below that eye, swelling. Let's see if we can get some work on that. Round number 4. So probably 2-1 Baumgardner for me at this point. Try to be objective for sure. Baumgardner with the jab to start off. But she's tough, man. She ain't gonna back down for sure. But it's hard. You try to be on the lead foot, try to initiate everything. It becomes more difficult as the fight goes on. Yeah, so they got one up to Baumgardner. I agree with that. Establishing some more momentum here. Seems, but I don't know. Beaudoin, man, she's coming in. Lead foot with the jab, well, right to the body. So 1-2 there. Keep giving Baumgardner something to think about, man. She thinks she's on another level, and things like this, but hey, man. They're advertising a new Bert Kreischer Netflix show. Okay. Well, left hook followed by the jab by Beaudoin, but yeah, like that is, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is the audience, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess this is supposed to appeal to everybody that might be watching right now, but it's like, who knows, dude? Like, if you're trying to have all these female fights, man, and bring in a female audience, maybe a younger audience, like I don't even want to watch the Bert Kreischer show, bro. Like, people watching this fight are not gonna want to watch that. Let's be honest here. Anyways, halfway in through the fourth, you see Baumgardner right across the side. Completely misses on that right, and looks like she pushes Dubois to the ground. They're gonna call it a slip. That's a little rough. Yeah, ref, you gotta enforce that. Come on now. Can't be having that. Hopefully do not see that again. Baumgardner still working with that jab. Couple of little lead left hooks there. But Beaudoin is inside that pocket, ready to swing back for sure. Not sure how much power we got on these, but see Beaudoin coming in. So right to the body, trying to finish up upstairs. Still working with that jab. So more positive round from Beaudoin here, it seems. Baumgardner looking downstairs with that jab. Yeah, but when she comes in, man, it's a little reckless, especially here. She's kind of turning it up a little bit, a little wild with these hooks, but certainly trying. Gotta say, man, I'm gonna watch this stinking Nikisa guy all the time. Hey, man, promoter's gonna promote, At least I'm not looking at Bert Kreischer. So we got Derek James in the corner. I respect Derek James for sure. You know what he's done with certain guys over the years. A stint with AJ or whatnot, but it's just weird with a stable because every fighter's different, and we kind of assume like if everyone in a trainer's stable is good or bad, what does that say about the trainer and things like that? And I don't know. It's like fighters are going to respond to different things. Every situation, every fight, every camp is different, right? So I can judge Derek James by positive things he's done with fighters. I can judge it by negative, but it's all very individual at the end of the day. So the only thing I think is really applicable maybe is, yeah, you look at success with different guys and different styles and things like that, but more specifically what they're going to do with like an individual fighter. Kind of what specifically may they bring to the table across the board, no matter who they're working with. I think that's what matters more than, comparing stables and things like that. But getting into the fifth here. All right, so they got a 3-1 Baumgardner. I might argue you could have a 2-2, but I'm not upset by that. I mean, you just look at the visible damage for sure. Can favor Alicia. Nice 1-2 there from Beaudoin. Finally connects on that, but then overextends on the shot over the top. Kind of gets caught. Looks like she might be swollen a little bit under that right eye as well. The ref's going to give Baumgardner a warning. I don't know if that's for pushing or holding here. Once again, a little 2-1 from Baumgardner, trying to mess up that timing. Followed up with a 1. I guess 1-4 you call that. Trying to get my knowledge up for real. Yeah, I kind of like just leading in with that too. Constantly give her different looks, constantly give her different orders of punches and things to think about. Man, just like jab and then boom. And she's coming in Clyde. What in the world is Nikisa doing, bro? Why do I gotta watch this guy with like a stinking pair of headphones up to his ear? Like, buddy, lock in. What the one? See, even there, fake the jab, let her lunge in, shoot the right. To see a lot of variation in the work. Both ladies are, I'd say, certainly bringing it tonight. Nice little right to the body from beaudoin. Can't speak. Getting in the clinch here. I don't hate that. Trying to get some good body work here in the clinch. Scores, man. She looks roughed up, though. Does the visitor. With one, it's like quick punches, quick hooks on the outside, and let's see what we can do. But on the inside, man, Baumgardner is piecing her up, yo. Probably wins her the round, to be honest. So great body work here. Real talk, I probably had it for beaudoin there. I think for 2 minutes she was putting together maybe some solid offense, but jeez, man. Clips her at the left coming in. I don't know, yo. Baumgardner could get a stoppage here. It's not what I want to see, but watch those heads for sure. It's about to be the end. This girl's tough, man. Man, because I thought she had some momentum that round. It's just like, ugh. Body just gets attacked. Dave Portnoy looking like a freaking server, like a fancy restaurant, but like not in real life, in like a Cartoon Network show where they have to go to like a fancy restaurant. That's who your server would be. It's Dave Portnoy in a bow tie, looking like he should be in Monaco or something, but not really, because he should be in like a cartoon. But it's all good. Alrighty. Try to infer what her trainer's trying to say. Maybe something like, you did good there for a couple minutes, and then you let it get a little too dirty on the inside. Like, keep the range, keep your right hand over the top, and I don't know, you can't just take body work like that, and mess up around. All right, so I probably got it 3-2 from Baumgardner. They'll probably have it 4-1. See here the important 6th round next to as well. Getting a little pushy on the inside. Beaudoin has thrown 67 to Baumgardner's 100 punches. Some of that work that camera guy's doing on the side, man. Quality stuff. Love kind of just taking in the whole thing, taking in the whole thing as one. 6th round here, 2 minutes to go. Both ladies exchange jabs. I don't know, it just seems like Baumgardner's just maybe a little bit more strong, a little bit more able to kind of stand her ground, especially as the fight's going on. She's inflicted more damage, so causes beaudoin to have to reach a little bit more with her jab on the way in, whereas Baumgardner can kind of start to walk her down and inflict her combinations. But some good work there on the inside from beaudoin as she tries to close the distance herself. It's not a problem about getting that step in, but once you get inside, what are you going to do? Baumgardner is coming to find out a very good defensive fighter, so how are you going to try to inflict your damage? You're definitely game at this point, but good body shots from Baumgardner. Telling her to keep them up, but I don't know. That one looked a little low. There's some right hooks. Man, I don't know how she's eating these shots, yo. The power punches. Oof. Trading on the inside, a little uppercut from Baumgardner, but man, the body work from Baumgardner, yeah. Love some good body punches. Man, uppercut. But the one's got to have some kind of abs or like, how do you eat those shots? Baumgardner is strong. Definitely come along this 6th round. You saw maybe a glimpse of it in the last round, but realizing like, hey, the body's open. Let me take advantage for sure. So Baumgardner misses on the straight right. Last moments of the 6th. So again, you see beaudoin just kind of coming and close that distance. Probably just trying to get out of this round, to be honest. Goes with the right over the top. And just like that, into the 6th round, we are halfway through this fight. So I got a 4-2. Looks like they'll have it 5-1. Interesting to see, her corner gets highlighted here. Samuel Decary, Jesse Thompson, and Jade Masan Wong. Cutman, second, and head trainer. Definitely doing some work on that eyeball, man. That's gotta hurt like hell. We see AJ in the hallway. Why is he in the hallway? Shouldn't he have like a locker room? Or is he like so massive he's gotta go out and train in the hallway? I love AJ, man. He's a freaking beast. Freak of nature, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, unfortunately for like this generation of boxing and heavyweights, I got into it a little late. I've only seen AJ the last 4 or 5 years, maybe. But he's my favorite fighter, and the thing I like about this era of boxing is, as you get out with it, these guys are still, they transcend boxing, man. Some of these bigger stars, and even just guys that you like, with their social media presence, and things like that. Like, there's going to be work that they're going to be doing after their boxing career, and things to be followed for sure. So I'm looking forward to see how AJ finishes out his career. Maybe if I can see him in person. As Baumgardner hits the right hand on beaudoin. Working it on the inside here. Nice jab to the body from Baumgardner. She can keep doing that all night to keep setting up her work, but yeah, I love AJ. And he's got probably a couple more fights left in him, and beyond that, excited to see just what he does, because he's a lot more than a fighter too. Very, very complex individual, man. I'd love to see documentaries or books about him. A lot that goes into it. As we're halfway through the 7th, beaudoin tried to sneak in a right to the body. That's more what we're talking about, getting on the inside. Launching some hooks. As beaudoin tries with the right hand, but Baumgardner's the real deal for sure. Perfectly times that right hand. So pretty similar as far as jabs, surprisingly. Baumgardner just catches the ball coming in. Left in the 7th. Yeah, Baumgardner starting to tag her kind of easily with that jab. See beaudoin trying to give it her best, just find a way in, make it a little rough. Throw some scoring shots in there. Only in round number 7, but this last 30 seconds or so here is going to be very important. Looks like Baumgardner's going to take the round. Simple jabs, simple crosses. Nothing too complicated, but complicated with the footwork, the defense, the level changes, all those things that, make it easier and able to build on things. They're working on the inside here. Ref's going to break them up. I think this referee is it's done nice so far. Couple warnings when you need it. Don't got to do nothing crazy and deduct any points, and just both girls kind of trade on the inside there. Oh, got a knockdown. at the end of round 7. Wow. Looked like both of them kind of came in with that right, and Baumgardner got the best of her. Wow. All right, saved by the bell, yo. Saved by the stinking bell. I mean, not saved by the bell. Oh, man, she looks rough. Dump the water. Wake her up. Oh, God. That is brutal. I don't want to say it's a flash knockdown. I mean, she got hit, yo. Go to see the replay. Her legs go. Yeah, I don't know. She's not looking 100% here. It's tough leaving her in there. All right, so you see here. Oh my goodness, that right hand. Whew. Times that perfectly. Bam. Right on the side of the head. A beautiful shot. You always see knockdown in women's boxing, especially, I mean, both these girls are stinking high level, so fair play on her, man. Alicia Baumgardner, this is low-key a masterclass. Speaking of that French in the corner, what do I say in French? Tout est bien. Allez, allez, allez. I forget how to say, like, work hard or keep going. Allez. I gotta work on my French again. All right, round number 8. See beaudoin kind of defense mode, taking a couple jabs here. Interesting to see. Things start to go south. Do they even keep her in there at this point? Baumgardner, man. Oof. What was that? Do I try to, like, knee her? Ref looks pissed. I mean, come on, guys. If that's not like a boxing move, yo, take a stinking point. Yell all you want. Yeah, they're fighters. They're going to fight and scrap and claw and do whatever they got to do to win. See Baumgardner kind of with a little measured approach here, just working off the jab. I mean, she can see the damage she's been inflicting, so not too much threat from Duan. I'd say in terms of pressure and smothering, yeah, she's there, but not in terms of like landing cleanly. Baumgardner with a little right uppercut to the body and then another cross. Go fight for the fans here. Duan with a little right hand of her own. Halfway through the 8th round. Duan kind of coming in with that left hook around the head. Baumgardner's just timing everything at this point. Just fighting smart, putting out the pressure when she needs to, but fighting off the back foot and letting Beaudoin kind of come in and dictate pace when she needs to. Nice jab from Baumgardner. Man, it's a really good fight. I mean, I don't know. There's some of those Katie Taylor scraps back in the day, you could argue, were top fights of all time, but for my money, for female fights I've seen, this might be the best female fight I've seen, which is right there doing 3 rounds, man. 3-12s, this is very impressive. I'm very impressed, Doesn't feel like that extra minute's hurting them. Like it's giving them more time to show their work. Duan tries with the jab a little bit here, but there's a lot more negative at this point in the fight. Let's see what she can do. Little left hook from Baumgardner. Final seconds of the 8th. Oof. All right, a couple good shots there from Beaudoin. I was just going to say, kind of struggled to see how she could pull this one off, but seems to have gotten her legs back for sure. Corner seems happy with how she at least physically responded that round. right, they're promoting this climbing show. It's interesting. Guys climbing like in a 105-story building with no rope. Oh, it's live? All right, that's crazy. That's literally insane. Insane. Positively. Certifiably. Mad. And my dog just came out the bathroom. All right, round number 9. All right, beaudoin kind of controlling that center of the ring at the moment. I'm not sure what it's worth, man.